Hey guys, it's John again from Fishyaker. Every couple of years my family takes a trip down to Disney World in Florida. We love to go. It's a great family experience, great vacation, and of course, no matter where I go, I have to find some way to go fishing. You can too. It's really cool. It doesn't matter if you fly down or you drive down. There is a great option for you. You know, almost every square inch of that place has a view of one of the lakes and canals, right? There's some really awesome fishing there. Back in the 1960s, the bass were stocked in those lakes. They've really done well, and they manage it very, very well. Now, you know, you can always take a trip to one of the surrounding waters around there and hire a guide, especially if you don't have your own boat or your own gear. But you can always hire one of those Walt Disney World fishing guides. I went back down 2 weeks ago, the first week of January here in 2016, and I went out with one of their guides, Gary. He was totally cool. Now, I went out solo. They have a couple of different options for you. There are only a couple places that Walt Disney World allows you to fish off the shore, and you typically have to be staying at one of their, the resorts. But you can go to a number of different locations at Walt Disney World. They have some bass boats you can go out with, and they also have some pontoon boats. When I went out, I originally decided to go out on one of the bass boats, but when I got there, I talked to him a little bit more. And again, I've done this a number of times already, going down there to fish. We decided to go out on one of the pontoon boats, simply because you could go to the same locations, and they had a lot more tackle and options on those boats, including, live bait, where they'd actually had shiners. So instead, Gary and I took the pontoon boat out. Went out for several hours. It was a great experience as usual. I mean, you're going down there, you're not really into some really cool, exotic, beautiful place, but they catch a lot of fish. We went out again the first week of January. For them, it was a cold front, low 60s or so. But it wasn't bad fishing at all. The bass were actually suspended in deep holes. We started out throwing a couple of shiners out. But for the most part, I was working a combination of bomber crankbaits, rattle traps, and soft plastic stick baits. The fat jobs here from Bass Assassin worked awesome. The bass were just hammering at some really good quality sized bass. Not monsters, but there were times where you could catch a bass on every cast, especially on live bait, which I don't do a whole lot of. I'm usually throwing artificials. But we threw a shiner out there just to be sure, But if you're going down to Florida, it's a really good opportunity, especially if you have, a family or kids that you're thinking about trying to get introduced into fishing. Get one of their guidebooks. You see these all over the place. This is the one that my wife has basically, worn out, over the last year or so. Every time we go, we buy a new book. But here it's on page 239 in the 2015 Birnbaum's guide. But it tells you a little about the history of the lakes and how to reserve a spot. For instance, here, I went to the yacht club, went out straight from the back, from their dock there. There are places where you can rent little small runabouts and so forth. But like I said, we were originally going to go out in one of the nitros, and then we decided to go with the pontoon boat. And in a lot of the cases, they primarily do their guided trips with small groups of people. But in this case here, and a lot of times, if you call and you tell them you're a solo or individual person, they'll give you a solo rate. So really, it was just myself and a guide, and we had all sorts of gear and tackle. Everything was provided. It was a great opportunity, great experience like I do, every couple of years. But if you have any, reason you're going down to Orlando, or if you're going with a family down to a Disney World, it's a great way, if you can break free from the family for an afternoon or a morning, check out one of their guides, because it's really kind of cool where you're fishing and you're right there at the resort. You've got the amusement parks right there behind you, and you're actually fishing and catching some substantial sized bass right there in front of people walking by you. So next time you're going to Disney World on a vacation, see if you can break free from the family for a couple hours. You don't even have to go very far. You can catch one of the shuttle buses, the monorail, and you're not actually leaving property. You're going from one point to another, hopping right on the boat right there, and get your guided fishing experience. So like I said, go to one of their guidebooks, take a look at it. It's got all the phone numbers and everything on it just to register yourself for it. It's a cool experience, but like I said, we caught quite a few fish. The fish at the time were suspending. Most most of them were on crankbaits and on soft plastics. It was textbook. Like I said, no huge, gigantic monster fish, but every fish was healthy. Every fish was beautiful. I mean, they're very great fishing opportunity. It's managed. They've got fish feeders scattered all throughout the area, and it's really, really cool. So if you go down there and you happen to fish with a guy named Gary, tell him you met Toast online, or if you know me, tell him I sent you. So really good guys, cool boats. It's a lot of fun. I don't really care for fishing off of pontoon boats, but it's cool. You're going down there, you're on vacation, it's low stress, and it's, a nice little break from the rat race of the theme parks, if you ask me. So, check it out. Thanks for watching. This is Fishyaker.com.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.